I need to charge my phone, so I got a charger in the car.
Okay, we're good. So we're starting. There you go.
To play games, you can ask me to tell you a joke, we can play Crystal Ball, or you can ask me what just about any animal sounds like.
I didn't do it.
It's my phone talking. I don't. Wants to be the speaker. Okay. Okay. So David, you want to do the? Oh, we do a quick opening. We do, and then we do an affirmation and a pledge, and then we'll have you.
Can I talk now? Okay, welcome to the August 25th meeting of the Rotary E Club of North Texas. And Linda's going to do the invocation.
This is the Rotary Prayer. Bless our friendship today and bless this meeting. As we meet here today as members of Rotary, we pray that we are ever mindful of opportunities to render our services to fellow citizens and to our community. Let's continue to strive to make a better world. Let's continue to be mindful of the COVID rules of engagement and keep safe and stay healthy. Amen.
Just want you to know, Kevin, we record our meetings. Most of our members watch the video. That's why they join. That's why they join an E Club, because they can't always show up at the meetings. But there are a lot more people than us. It's not just us. I just want you, I'm a speaker too, so I wanted you to know that.
Okay.
And then do the pledge.
And the pledge, you'll join me in the pledge. I
Pledge
pledge
Allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Okay.
So why don't we go right to Kevin, because we're running a little late, and this way we can get him in, and we, if there's anything at the end, we could talk about what happened with Charlotte afterwards, so that people know. Okay.
Yeah, you start.
Okay. So Kevin, I wasn't quite sure. I know you do cartoons, and can you tell us a little about what you do and what you'll be talking about?
where you're from.
Yes, I have two comic book titles, actually. One's Carl Vincent Vampire Hunter, and one's Adolescent Radioactive Samurai Platypi.
Okay.
The artist on the current issue is Raphael Lennelhaus, along with Arthur Hesley. He's doing the colors. And Carl Vincent was taken up by Cutthroat Comics, so I actually found a publisher now. And he's published one of the original stories, going to be 4 comic book issues. And a lot of it's based on real life. Well, I have a character that's based on the mafia hitman Richard Kuklinski. And it may sound kind of dark, but it's the PG rated. It's not R rated. But anyway, he's based on Richard Kuklinski. His name's Leo Kowalski, and he owns a club where they're finding bodies out back. It's First Impressions. And Carl's a detective at this time, and he's gone to investigate with his partner, Lyle Chauncey.
So how did you get into this?
Well, I've been into comics all my life. The first comic I remember reading was Fantastic Four number 48, which was the coming of Galactus.
Okay.
And so I've been trying to get into it all my life. And I finally found enough funds to hire some artists that would draw it. And the next title is almost done now. There's one version out with a different artist, but Adolescent Radioactive Samurai Platypi is the next title. It's a parody of superheroes, namely the Fantastic Four and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Where can we see these?
You can find them online. The Foul Blood is on Cutthroat Comics. Just type in Cutthroat Comics, and it's straight on their homepage. So you can check that out. The art is awesome. Raphael Lennelhaus, I found him on Facebook, and his colorist is Arthur Hesley. He was also on Facebook. My other artist is Rodolfo Ezequiel. I found him on Facebook as well. drew the Dracula Rising, which features Dracula in the Carl Vincent universe for the first time. Well, actually for the second time, because Carl Vincent meets Dracula in Hell issue. That's on Indie Planet, if you want to check those out. Different artist. That one wasn't ready to publish, so I didn't release it. But it is on Indie Planet if anyone wants to check that out.
Do you do this full time, or do you have something else you do in addition?
Yes, actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. I work full time, but I write on the side. I've hired a writer, Nicole Dondria, who works for Action Lab, and she's going to write the Kate Bryant story. Kate Bryant is the ninja warrior, and this is a spin-off of the Carl Vincent Vampire Hunter universe. And Rodolfo will be drawing that issue. And it's quite fun. But what Kate's doing, an assassin accused her father of killing his brother. So he killed her father, and now she's out to avenge his name and avenge his honor. She's going to find the real killer of this person. So that's going to be an exciting issue, and she just emailed me today with some stuff on that. I haven't answered it yet, because I just get done work. But I'll be answering that as soon as I'm done here, and let you know on Facebook and my YouTube channel. Facebook is Carl Vincent Vampire Hunter. YouTube is Comics and Pop Culture Let's Talk. And you can find out more information through those mediums.
So do you write the story and then give it to the artist, and then they conceptualize it? Or do you do more
Yes,
than...
I took a screenwriting course, so I wrote them out as a script, like a movie script, and then I just give them to the artists, and they use their imagination from there. And they're really good. They've come up with some unique stuff that they added to what I put in there. So I really like the creativity of my artists. They are awesome, and I can't wait to see what Nicole's got for this universe. And the artists, if you want to check them out, go to the Facebook page, Carl Vincent Vampire Hunter, Last Rites Return of Sebastian Bacillus, and it's all online and available.
Have you done more, or are these just current ones?
I've got a few on Indie Planet, but like I say, the standard isn't high enough for me to publish them with a publisher, so I just leave them there. And I've tried 3 times to tell the origin story. Those are on Indie Planet, and you can check that out. You can see digital copies for a lot of them for free. So,
Do you go to Cosmicon or what? Cosmicon? Comic-Con?
Comic-Cons, yes. I went to some Comic-Cons a few years ago, Pittsburgh and Tampa, Florida Comic-Con. I was going to go to some this year, but with the the COVID lockdown, there's not many available. There's one in South Dakota coming up in next month. I'm going to try to get to that one, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it or not.
Where are you? Where are you located?
Oh, I'm in Tampa, Florida.
I'm right near you. I'm in near Ocala.
Oh, you're in Ocala. Awesome.
I'm near the villages. I'm not in the villages, but I'm near the villages.
Okay.
I'm 5 miles north of the villages.
Sounds fun.
It is. I've been here 2 weeks, so
2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually in Largo, in the Tampa Bay area.
okay. It's a nice area.
It is very nice. I like it here.
Yes. So it's interesting. So how do you have trying to make a movie out of it at some point? Are you hoping to get or a cartoon
Yes,
show or something?
Glad you brought that up. We were going to make a movie with Chris Filmworks, and we filmed a few scenes, but we haven't done anything in a few years. There's some stills from those that filming again on my Facebook page for Carl Vincent Vampire Hunter. We were filming Darren Ferraro, one of the actors. He was playing one of the vampires, and who else was in it? The Walking Dead's Anya Axton. One of our actresses actually appeared on The Walking Dead, and she filmed a few scenes with us, but we haven't filmed anything in a while, so I don't really know where it's going just yet. Excuse me. So I don't know if that one's going to go anywhere. I haven't been in touch with them about it lately, but I have been in touch with another filmmaker out of Texas, another fellow DJ of mine, James Randall, in Unicorn Productions, and I'm hoping that we can get the origin story that we're making into a comic book right now, Foul Blood, made into a movie.
That would be
It's-
fun. That would be fun. I would think cartoons would be a good thing now because it's hard to get actors in a studio, but you could do cartoons.
Yeah, but it's very expensive. I did do an animated short it's about a 4-minute animated thing. It's on my YouTube channel. And it shows Carl hunting a vampire in an old warehouse.
That makes sense.
Anyone's interested in that? It's on my YouTube channel. It's really early, so we got to go down a ways to get to it. And there's other Carl Vincent stuff. The current comic book, I put that on my YouTube channel. I did all the voices, and I just kind of used the pictures from the comics.
Is it Carl with a K or Carl with a C?
Carl with a K,
Okay.
as in Boris Karloff.
Okay. Okay.
The inspiration came from old Don Knotts movie, actually, called The Ghost and Mr. Chicken.
Remember that?
When I saw that, I thought, what if Don Knotts were a vampire hunter? That's where the idea originally came from. And I also used inspiration from an old 80s film called Lost Boys, plus Fright Night, and the old Kolchak the Night Stalker television series. Only lasted one season with Darren McGavin.
I remember that. I actually read Fantastic Four 1. I'm a little older than you. And if I had known to keep it, I had Spider-Man 1, and I went to college, and my mother found the comics in my closet, and so I threw away all your old magazines. She threw away Spider-Man 1.
Same thing happened to me. I mean, I had Fantastic Four #1. I had Amazing Fantasy #1, first appearance of Spider-Man, Avengers #1. All those comics are worth like millions of dollars nowadays, and we had to throw them away.
Well, I remember I was in the Navy when she threw away all my comics.
Well, I do have the last Superman, I think it was, when they were big thing that this is gonna be the last Superman. So I've got like 3 copies of that. They're still in the bag that I bought them in, and maybe 5 million people probably bought them also at that time. But I still have them in a closet. Maybe someday I can retire.
Well, check the price values online. You can check the prices.
Yeah, if I
what
had
they're worth.
Spider-Man 1 now, I could.
What else is the- oh no.
Depending on the condition they're in, of course.
Yeah. It's like coins. They have to be in good condition. So that sounds like fun. So you're spending a lot of time writing now, or is that just something you do from time to time?
Well, I'm actually working 2 jobs right now to pay my artists, so I don't have enough time to write, which is why I hired Nicole. I wanted a female writer for the Kate Bryant story. She's a Kanuchi, which is a female ninja, for those who don't know. And she's, like I say, she's going to track the man who killed Funaki. And Funaki's brother accuses Gabe of killing him, but she's going to clear her father's name. That's the whole premise of that story.
Okay. Again, that would
Wait
make.
for presentation, or is this part of it just a question and answer type thing?
What's that?
I said, are we taking away from your presentation, or is this a format that is okay?
Do you want to?
Oh, this is fine.
Oh, okay.
That was
I
yeah.
don't,
I'm good.
We don't want to take away from your thunder if you have something else
It's
to say.
Howard's fault. Whatever.
well, I want to mention Dracula Rising. That's the trade paperback that Rodolfo Ezequiel drew. That's available on Amazon. And in this, Dracula's daughter comes back from the future. Her name's Dominica. She's alive in our age, but she's only 4 years old. The future Dominica comes back in time to resurrect her father Dracula in time for a ritual that they're going to do to kind of get vampires to take over the world. And it has to be done at this precise time, and it's up to Carl and his group of vampire hunters to stop Dracula and the other vampires. And one of the vampires that I have is based on Blackula, the old William Marshall movie. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's Manualdi, but we call him Mamualdi to avoid copyright and stuff, hopefully. And also one of the heroes is Jason Hell, and Jason was created by another comic book creator called Blaster Silverback Ormsby, and we worked out a deal where his character is going to be in my comics, and my character Carl Vincent is going to be in one of his comics.
Oh, nice. Like a crossover.
I think I heard they have told you, but we are an E-Club, and we have members in 6 states. So we're spread from California to Florida now, and so
Awesome.
most of our members come in at different times. They just go to our YouTube channel and they view it from there. But we have quite a few views, and so we appreciate your time. And I guess we'll be over in Orlando in February, hopefully for our Rotary meeting where all the governors-elect from around the world come, over 500. And so hopefully it'll still be going on in person.
You don't know. Nobody knows.
But maybe
Or maybe it'll be gone next week like a magic thing. It'll be a miracle. It'll all just disappear.
they're giving a vaccine to people now.
You never know.
They're saying, will you take a vaccine if it's available? And
I would if they test it. Not if it's like, hey, just try this and let's see what happens. I would. Yeah, I'd like to know that it's going to work before I try. I'd like to know they actually tested it and they didn't just say, okay, let's just give it to people and see what happens.
Yeah, that's one of the concerns about it, I guess.
What could go wrong? Remember that movie where everyone turned into zombies because they had a vaccine to cure cancer, and like 4 months later, everybody became a zombie.
Right, Will Smith film.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Legend, yes. This is actually the third telling of it. It was done with Vincent Price once, and then Charlton Heston. His was called The Omega Man, and then Will Smith's was I Am Legend.
Yes. We certainly know your monsters.
I'm a movie fanatic, so.
Good for you. I got a funny one. You want a funny one? This will blow you. Many years ago, I worked for an electrician, and his son did movies. He did a movie called Dracula Sucks. Let's just say there were no women. There were no women in the movie, and it was a lot. And it's funny.
I saw that one.
So at the end, they have the credits, and he was very proud that he was put down as the producer of the movie. I would have wanted a paper bag over my head, so no one knew that I was. But he was so. Hey, I was the producer of that movie. I was like, oh my God, why would you?
my first job was with Paramount Films in Dallas, and so we used to have a movie every Friday night. They charged us 10 cents there in the office.
Oh,
We went to these premieres. It was when it took 6 months. We'd see them, and then 6 months later they would have a premiere of it. But now it's so fast. But we saw like John Wayne, Jerry Lewis, all those types.
Awesome.
Those older, So we had a stagecoach, and we were all dressed up in the old long dresses and the bonnets, and we rode the stagecoach through downtown Dallas and all of that. It was fun.
I would think, yeah, that would be fun.
So anyway, what else can you tell us about you?
Well, I'm a DJ at a gentleman's club, Atlantis, here in Largo, Florida.
Okay.
That's where I get the money to pay my artists, and I
Okay.
also do ride share, which is where I make the ends meet to get this done. And that's
Busy.
why I don't have time to write as much as I want to, but I'm hoping the comics will pick up and take off, and I can start writing more.
I'll do you a favor. I'm a writer also. My last book I wrote in 5 hours. I'll send you my program through your email, so you can
Okay.
you can use it, and it should help you to get more writing done with the time you do have.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I don't
That'll,
know if you know Howard's background. He has the Guinness record for the world's fastest speed reader at 25,000 words a minute. And
Wow.
so he has these courses, and I think you have one coming up this week, don't you, with the veterans?
I rescheduled it because of the move. I'm not in a position to do it right now. But I'm going to do it in September because we got to get the floors put in, and it was kind of at the same time we're getting we just moved here, and so I don't want to do it in the middle of the floors getting installed, and it's just not a good idea. So I rescheduled it.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. That was interesting, different, very different and interesting. We appreciate your coming. I know you got other things you need to do. And we just have to do it. We usually do the business before the meeting, but we did it after, so we give you a quicker chance to talk.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. We just have to tell people there's a few things going on in the club, and I think, Linda, this would be a good time to tell them what's going on with Charlotte.
Oh, okay. Well, Charlotte is in the process of moving to Mobile and also in the process of selling her house and her partner's house in the Dallas area. And then she's got some other process going with lawyers and everything with the COVID and all of this. Her father was 96, passed away, and she's out in the area of Mississippi, Alabama state lines where they don't have internet access. She's going to have to change her cell phone provider because most of the time she can't use her cell phone. So it's sort of another country back there in Alabama, Mississippi. But anyway, so she's our president, but she really hasn't been able to get on. So with the approval of everybody, David is going to continue as president along with the help of Howard. And we will carry on, and whenever she can come back in, or she offered to just be president next year. And so we may take her up on that. But that's Charlotte in the background.
And the background of our picture is Charlotte. And Hank and Linda is the current international president of Rotary.
He's from Germany. And we had presented him a Texas Stetson when he was here. And so anyway, most of our projects we're doing now have been discontinued because of virus. It's a hands-on thing with Boys and Girls Club, Challenge Air, where they take kids that are challenged up in an airplane for about 20 minutes and let them hold the controls. Let's see what else. And then also Rotary's project since 1985 has been the elimination of polio. And they just declared this week that it has been eliminated in South Africa and of 49 countries there. So it's polio-free for 4 years. Our biggest problems now are Afghanistan and Pakistan. And the Taliban's not letting us do the vaccinations. It was the drops. And so they've started those up again. And so hopefully we can stop the transmission. But it's between Pakistan and Afghanistan. And
The Taliban has killed 70 of the vaccinated.
but in 1985, there was over 350,000 cases. And right now, there's about 147 cases worldwide. So, and the Bill Gates Foundation is matching our funds, double match. So, anyway, that's what Rotary is, and everybody has their own projects and everything. Of course, with this disaster that we have now, and anyway, it's been a challenge. So, but we do appreciate your being here this evening. And if ever, any time you have a free extra minutes and want to come in, well, feel free to do so.
Second and fourth Tuesday of the month, and it would be 7 our time. It's 6 their time.
Yeah. No, it's 6 our time, 7 theirs.
7, yeah.
You're over there. You're over there. Oh, all these time differences I have to keep up with.
Well, we had a speaker from Perth, Australia,
And it was like 6:30 in the morning over there, I think.
and I spoke to a club in Scotland.
And so,
It's about
anyway,
6 hours, yeah. Want to do the 4-way test, and then we'll close the meeting?
Well, wait, test, Howard.
4-way test are the things we think, say, and do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And we say it will be fun. Thank you, Kevin. I enjoyed it. And
Thank you.
and look for the email. It'll be from Berg Learning. And if you don't see it, give me an email, and I'll make sure you find it. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right.
Be
Thank you.
safe.
Bye-bye.
Stay safe.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Bye.